and welcome to Three Things Live. Sandra.
Hey, Allison.
We are doing this today.
We are.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. You have been busy this morning.
I have, but it's all good.
Well, are you ready for Three Things Live?
I am.
Where thing number one is something to make you smile. Thing number two is we're going to teach you something so cool today. And thing number three is something to discover. Let's go. Welcome back to Three Things Live. We are missing our fearless leader today. We sent Chris out to learn all things brother because we have so many exciting things. We have a sublimation machine, scan and cut, some fantastic machines. We also carry baby lock. But I am here with Sandra today, and we have not only double dutied you today, but triple dutied you, and you are still smiling.
Hey,
so,
there's nothing I can't try
right, one
anyway.
thing at a time, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'm a list maker, so I absolutely love to make lists, and on busy days, it's especially helpful when you're like, okay, I'm just gonna get to the next thing, get to the next thing. But
exactly.
you had embroidery club this morning.
Yes, we did embroidery club. It was so fun and such a cute design, and we are only 2 months away from
Can
being
you believe
done.
that? I know.
So
I am
awesome.
dying to see next year's mystery quilt too.
Oh, I've heard it's really, really cute.
Oh man.
They said if you like this year, you're gonna love next year.
All right, well,
So
I
there
like
you
this
go.
year, so it's going to be great. Also, then you ran down to the store, you taught it again.
Taught it again.
Guess what? We are not going to do the mystery club today.
Nope.
Nope, we have something so fun and so cool, and it's all about Bag Week here on Three Things Live.
It is.
So yesterday, did you see, Sandra, where they made that wallet, the one
did.
cut wonder wallet in there, and we are going to
I think
come
we
out.
all need several of those.
Oh my word, I was just thinking that yesterday. I was at a funeral and I didn't want to haul my whole person. I'm like, if I just had just something little,
Yeah,
you know, that I could
exactly.
just put with there.
Exactly. Well, and keep them all organized. I like the idea that Sherry said about putting your medical cards in one, your credit cards in another one.
Oh my gosh, that's absolutely great.
And your gift cards in another one. And I thought, oh, we're all going to make several. Right?
Yes, yes.
I agree.
And we are going to show grommets tomorrow. Wouldn't that be cool to put them all together and then just grommet them all together
yes.
with a 3-ring? All right, well, we are also at the beginning of the month, and we have been going full-blown Stitch Your Story. So I know you guys have been doing it too, but I love today's Stitch Your Story. So my Stitch Your Story block I want to share with you. So here is my belief statement.
Okay.
So my belief statement is, I believe that happy girls are the prettiest girls, by Audrey Hepburn. Now, Audrey Hepburn is one of the classiest people, and I wish maybe in the next life I will get to just spend 5 minutes with her. Have you ever thought about that when they talk about,
Oh, yeah.
if you could spend 5 minutes with some
Somebody.
people,
Who would that be?
Who would that be?
Yeah.
And I think Audrey Hepburn is one of the classiest, coolest ladies. I mean, she did so much for humanitarian and just, I would want to quiz her down about style. I would want to quiz her down about her lifestyle. But her belief statement, and she has a whole long one with that, but I absolutely love, I believe that happy girls are the prettiest girls.
So why do you think that is? Why do you think that happy people are pretty?
Do you think it has to do with their aura and what shines out of their eyes?
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
and they always would, hopefully, they would always have a smile on their face.
Right, right.
You know, and that right there just shows that you love life and it's going to go well, and it doesn't matter what trials or things go around, that you're always going to you're going to look at the positive.
Yep, I choose joy.
Yes.
I choose to be happy.
Yes.
So I absolutely try to embody that most of the time.
You know, we all have our ups and downs.
Right.
You know, and there's no way that you can get around that, that's for sure. But I think that if we try to, you know, again, we're going to have all of those things going to be thrown at us, but if we can try to look at the positive end of it and not dwell on the negative or you know, something to put you down, you can always find something to make you smile.
Yep. Now, I grew up in the 80s, and so I want to share this really fast, but I have been looking, my kids are very involved in like high school sports, and we live in a college town. And so I grew up in the 80s, and I've been looking at girls, young girls now, and they have got the most beautiful faces, don't you think? I mean, we have some behind the cameras out here that they are just absolutely stunning. And they are absolutely, I don't know, they just glow. I mean, you know, and so I saw one of those girls. In the 80s, we wore a lot of makeup and a lot of Aquanet, and I don't know if we ever got to the skin. I mean, you know, right? I mean, it made a huge difference. But I went to the ATM at the bank, and you have to cross like this kind of busy street. It's in a shopping center. So I went to the ATM at the bank, and there was this gorgeous girl. I mean, long blonde hair. She was so pretty. She was ahead of me, and I don't know what went wrong at the ATM, or if her life just was really the pits. But I was just standing there looking at her, just thinking, wow, if I could have looked like that when I was 19, 20 years old. She turned around, I went to the ATM, and she was crossing the street, and a car kind of went around her. She hit the side of that car, and she just said, "Get out of my way."
Oh,
and
wow.
she was so miserable, and it literally changed it for me. I mean, you know, I just thought, wow, okay, you're not as pretty as I thought you were.
Right, right.
Or have you ever looked at somebody and then you get to know them and they're like, they are so gorgeous.
I think there's a lot to be said about that. I think that the way you act around people, and you know, you definitely bring that aura in. Mm-hmm. And so when somebody, you know, you look at them, you think, oh, that's awesome, and then you start learning about them or seeing some of their demeanor, and it's like, oh, maybe that's not so good.
Right.
And I agree. I agree. It really changes your attitude with them.
So I wanted to share my quilt block.
Okay.
So the happy girls are the prettiest girls. I made this quilt block because every fabric in here makes me just absolutely happy. So it's just gorgeous. I love this little teeny tiny block. I don't know why mini blocks are so pretty when they're put together, but this represents my belief statement. And I can't quite decide on that top whether I want to put my belief statement in there or whether I just want it to represent me. So it is blank for now. Okay. But I've kind of left it thinking, I don't know, maybe I will, maybe I can sublimate.
Oh, there you go.
A really pretty statement on there.
That would be great.
Yep.
Or it's just some really awesome quilting design on there.
Yeah, just something really pretty.
Yes.
But that is my Stitch Your Story block. So excited to share it with
Allison.
you guys.
I love the colors.
This month. And so, yes. Find your belief statement. Find something that is true to you and how you feel. Share it with us, because this is a duo month, I think, and I'm really, really excited for this month because it's not just about the quilt block, but what motivates you.
Right.
So I'm really excited.
That's awesome.
All right. Well, that is our thing number one, but what I am more excited about is our thing number two, and we have a fun bag to share with you. It's called the Confidant bag. And when I say classy, this one is classy.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I think, and it's not a hard one. So I think a lot of people out there would be very easy for them to accomplish it. It's a great one.
All right. So we'll see you over at the sewing machine in just a minute.
Remember that Three Things Live is where we always have something to make you smile, something to learn, and something to discover. Let's go! We all know and love these.
So what you will need is you're going to need a heavy stabilizer. I cut it out, and then I cut my fabric, and I used my 505 spray to hold it into place. Then I drew my lines. Don't use a permanent pen. So on the lines that I drew, you will sew 1/4 inch on each end.
Yeah.
So I have done this one, if you can kind of see in the center, that I've sewed it together. Then I boxed the corners. We're going to sew this. Chris, are you ready?
I am.
You're going to sew 1/4 inch on both sides.
Okay, so I've got my two side seams
I have my line right here where I sewed. So she is just going to sew on the line that's already there. You have boxed the corners.
And so this is the lining, but you would do the same exact thing for the outer.
Exactly, and I'm going to put it inside
Oh
my
my
cube
goodness.
like this.
Welcome back to Three Things Live. I'm Allison.
And I'm Sandra.
And we are here. We are going to demonstrate the most gorgeous bag called the Confidant bag. So a little bit of culture in there,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it is really, so tell us, Sandra, show us.
Okay, I'll
show
show you.
and tell us.
Okay, this is the Confidant bag, and the thing about that I really like about this, it's quite versatile. There's a few there. I mean, you got a handle here, you've got a handle here, you've got pockets, and you've got pockets on the inside too.
Oh my
Okay?
word, and that
Yeah.
zipper closure on the
Uh-huh.
top.
Zipper on the top and pockets on the inside. Yeah, it's a really fun bag to make, and I will honestly tell you, it's not a hard one, Allison. I think.
It looks really complicated. Who's with
Yeah,
me?
yeah.
I am so excited to learn this because this one looks really seriously like there's a lot of steps. And so my second motto is maybe swearing will help. And Sandra, buckle up because me on the sewing machine, maybe that'll be your motto too.
Hey, well, you know, you're amongst friends here, so
Okay,
you're all
right.
good.
We're going to
It's all
do this,
good.
and we're going to make it
It's all
so
good.
easy.
Yeah.
Everybody's going to
Yeah.
want to make
now,
this bag.
obviously, I'm not going to show you every single step on how to do this bag, but I am going to touch on some of the things that some people have the most difficulty
Okay.
with. Okay.
Let me guess. Handles,
Okay. Got that one.
zippers.
Zippers. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
I think those are
Yeah.
my scary things.
I think so too. Most people are like, oh, if it's got a zipper, I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm out. So they're like, no, I don't want to do a zipper. But this way to put the zipper in the top of this bag is actually quite simple.
Okay,
It
I
really
cannot
is.
wait.
It really is. So, okay, let's start with a zipper.
Okay.
How does that sound?
Sounds great.
Now, the instructions are very easy to follow too. They're very well written. I was really happy about that when the bag that I
Yeah,
made.
you were the
first time.
tester on this
Yeah,
bag, right?
I did.
So
I did.
what the testers do is we actually write the pattern.
Right.
And most of the time when we reverse engineer and write the pattern, we're going in a lot blindly. And so when you write the pattern, you're kind of the first step on that. So sometimes that's easy, sometimes that's a little bit more difficult.
And I think also as you're testing it too, it can be a little bit trying to incorporate or, you know, get what they're trying to tell you how to
Right.
do this. Like, because there's a lot of pattern makers out there that will do different steps in
Yes.
different directions.
Yep.
And so, yeah. But this one was quite easy to do that. So let me get to the right page here. Here we go. So on this page, so you have all of this cut out. So first of all, I've got a piece of fabric here. You've got two of these that are 4 by 10.5, okay? So there's two of those, and we've got a 20-inch zipper, but this bag is only gonna use a 14-inch zipper, okay? So we're gonna use this one, but we're gonna cut it off.
That
And
always
people
makes
are
me
like,
so scared.
Yeah, exactly. People are like, you're gonna do what? You're
I
gonna cut
know.
it off?
You're like, what happened to the handle and what happened to the end where it stops the zipper?
Yeah, but we've got you covered on that one. We definitely will make sure that both ends are covered so that the zipper pull doesn't come off, okay? So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your 4 by 10.5 fabric, there's two of them, okay? And you're gonna fold it in half.
Now, Marilyn says she's not a bag maker, but she is going to try this. Marilyn, I'm going to hold you to this because I'm not really a bag maker either. But these directions and these steps
Yeah.
look
very,
okay to me.
Are very easy. So I'm going to take this to the iron, okay? Because I have a couple of things that I like to use. So let's go to the iron first
I'm
of
going to
all.
let Sandra use my iron.
Oh, thanks, Allison. I love this iron. I'll tell
I love
you
that
what.
iron too.
Okay, so we're just going to give it a good press first
Okay.
of all. Okay.
We
And
call this iron Darth Vader.
Darth Vader, yeah, because it spits at you every now and
Right.
then. It just definitely
Yeah.
makes some noises too. So yeah, I have here a hot hemming ruler.
Okay.
And I really like this to use these when I'm measuring how far I want to fold my ends over, especially if I have to have it the same more than once.
Okay.
Okay, and you have to have it the same on both sides. So I'm going to take this, I'm going to just kind of set this here, and you fold over the short ends, okay?
Okay.
So this is hot dog style, over to 1/2 inch.
Okay.
Okay, and I'm
So
going
you
to
didn't
press
have to draw
that.
a line. Now I'm going to go back to the warehouse and check these hot hammers.
Okay.
And make sure we have some in inventory because you just brought this out of your stash today,
I
and I'm
did.
going to see if we have some, and I'll get those on the website.
Okay, and then I'm going to do that very same thing on the other end.
Oh my gosh, that's so much easier.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, okay, how far do I fold that over or whatever?
My 1/4 inch on envelope style backings sometimes wavers.
Yep. So I'm going to put that down. I just kind of guess this and then push that like that. Okay, got it on my 1/2 inch mark.
Perfect.
Okay, and I'm going to press it. But did you see how easy that was?
That was so much easier than drawing with the friction pen. I never know whether to draw on the right side or the wrong side of the fabric. I never know if I'm getting it right on the line.
And you're going to pull that off and then just press it down again.
Okay.
And there we go. Then you're going to fold this in half.
Oh, look how nice and straight that is.
Yep. So you're going to take that, fold it right there in half. You're going to get your ends there and your end there, and right in half we go.
Oh,
Okay. What do you think?
I'm thinking I'm okay so far. Marion,
Okay.
how are you doing? How are you doing at home? Are we with Sandra so far?
Okay.
Okay.
There we go.
All right.
Now let's go back over here and see what we need to do from here. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take these and we're going to put them in the center of our zipper. So I folded my zipper in half and I've made a mark right here
Okay.
in the center. Then I'm going to take my folded piece here, I'm going to fold that in half, just kind of finger press it right there on that edge, and then I'm going to unfold it and I'm going to put that right
Now,
there
what if you're sloppy
in the
sewer?
center.
Can you eyeball that?
You could.
Okay.
You definitely could, because as I said, this is a 22-inch zipper and I only need 14 inches of it.
All right.
So
Who's
if I
with me?
wanted
I'm
to,
eyeballing that.
I could definitely go here. I definitely
Okay.
could. But I like to start in the middle and then just cut it off on the ends
Well, I
here.
can see, especially in bags, you have to be pretty precise. And I
do.
can see where it would help to be right in the middle because you have to have it on another side, right?
Right, right.
Okay.
So we're going to do this on both sides. So I'm going to take this. Are you a pinner or can I just hand it to you?
You can just hand it to me.
Okay. We're going
I
to
think.
use a regular foot on this.
Okay.
And I want you to stitch up the side, down the zipper, and
Okay.
back down the other side.
Okay.
Okay?
All right. So I'm going to stitch up the side this way or this way.
That way.
Okay.
Yep.
So I'm going to use a 1/4 inch. I'm using my J foot, and I am on this Nice Brother Celeste machine.
Try to get those as even as you can.
Okay.
At the two pieces on the end, make sure that they're even like this.
Oh, I see what you're
Because
saying.
they're going to show.
Okay. So we want those to be just like this.
And you could kind of start that first before you put it on the zipper.
Okay. This is the pressure. I would
Exactly.
be okay if it didn't, if it showed a little. All right, so this J foot, I'm using the edge of the foot because when I set that to my quilting too, that's exactly a 1/4 inch.
Okay.
So I'm gonna start that because then it'll hold those right there, and then I'm going to
Just put it on there.
put it
It'll
on
work.
here. I'm gonna line that fold right up with the zipper, right?
And take your time. Don't try to, you know, oh, I got to hurry and get this done, because you got plenty of time.
Right. The other thing I like about this is that I can slow my speed down.
Correct.
So I'm going to slow that right down.
So is there a mark on that foot right there that's going to kind of give you a little bit of an idea of where this 1/4 inch is?
If you just use the edge of the foot with the
Okay.
J foot. So if you have a zipper foot, that would also work too. But the reason we used a regular foot on this is because we have to go a 1/4 inch
Right.
up that side.
Okay, and then
Okay.
you're just going to run that foot down the edge of your zipper.
Okay.
Okay, and that is going to give you a nice straight stitch down that the top of that zipper.
Okay.
See, this is
Oh my
easy,
gosh.
guys.
Piece of cake. And I can stop and adjust
Marion
my
says she's
zipper.
going to glue it down.
Marion, I love you. I am good with gluing.
You definitely could glue it to hold it. That is definitely.
But be sure to stitch it because the first time
Yeah.
you glued it. Yep, I am good with
Yeah,
that.
you could glue that and then go back and stitch it, that's for sure, just to kind of hold it in place, either way.
But hot glue works for me.
Well, I'm not sure hot glue. Yes, zipper tape would work great too. I think zipper tape, and then stop at the corner there and over and back down you go on the other side.
Oh, I'm off just a little.
Put your foot down. There we go. This machine will not stitch if you don't have your foot down, Allison.
Most machines, well, I shouldn't say that. My old Singer would.
Yeah, some of them do. The old ones definitely do. That's the nice thing about some of these machines is that it'll beep at you if your foot's not down.
Okay, now I was off just a little bit there, so you might
know
want to
what?
fix that.
I think it looks great.
All
I
right.
think you're good.
No swearing yet.
No, and we're gonna do the exact same thing on the other side. So we're gonna,
Yeah, Judy uses the thin double stick on that, so.
that would definitely be a good thing. So, okay, here's this,
Okay.
and then here's this.
Okay. Gonna get going that far, and then I'm gonna just add
you're
this,
gonna
and I
line
want
that
to make
right up
sure
at
that
the
it
same
lines
place.
up exactly right here. This is where I also like that line right there on my machine.
Oh yeah.
So that, I mean, you know, so that tape.
You know, that's the whole thing. I can remember back a long time ago when I first was learning how to sew, and I didn't have all these lines and,
It's all about tools, isn't
oh,
it?
it is.
I mean, you think people are so perfect, and then you realize that they just have the right tools. Okay, look
Exactly.
how pretty that looks.
Yeah, it's gonna turn out great. And wasn't that hard now, is it?
That's all we've got to
That is
do.
all you've got to do.
Sandra, whoo!
I am not kidding, that is it.
We have 3 more things to do, and I feel like I can even go a little faster.
Oh, there you go, girl. That's awesome.
Now you want to get this part straight because we've all had those zippers on coats that the lining gets in the edge of your zipper.
Yep.
That's so frustrating.
Now, the thing that you got to look at on this too, Allison, is that not only is your zipper good, but aren't both of those on both sides lined up right?
Yes. Yeah, they seem to be lined up perfect. Okay, I'll let you be the judge.
Okay.
Okay. Critique me.
Okay. I think you did a great job.
Yes!
Yes. Yes, you did awesome.
Whew.
Yeah.
All
See,
right.
but see, look.
I didn't
this-
sweat through my undershirt.
No. But see, it matches here.
Yes?
Okay, so that worked out really nice. So that's why folding over that 1/2 inch needs to be the same on both sides.
Perfect.
So it lines up nice and straight here.
All right.
Then there are a couple of other pieces that you're going to attach to this before you attach it to the top of the bag.
Okay.
Okay, but you see how this works here? Okay, so here's my zipper in my bag. And that's what that piece is right there.
Oh my gosh, that's so nice.
That's all that is from there to there.
Looks fantastic.
Isn't that great?
Yeah, that is great.
Yeah. So that's all it is to put that zipper in the top of this bag.
All right, Marion, we can do this.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
See, Marion says she's okay with doing a zipper like this, so.
Then what you're going to do is you're going to measure it and you're going to cut it off so that it's 14 inches. So you kind of want, again, find out where the middle is.
Yeah, this is the part
So-
that it's important to get that middle.
So you've got like 7 inches here, and then you're going to come over here to 14, and then you're going to come over here and trim that off. Now, what are we going to do to keep it from just that zipper pull from sliding right off of there?
Wow.
You have a
probably-
couple of little zipper tabs right here
Okay.
that you're going to sew on to the end of those zippers.
And you've made those with that hot hammer just exactly like you did
Exactly
before,
the
and you're
same
just going
way.
to sew them right onto the
Yep,
end.
and then you're going to take those and sew them on.
Perfect.
You're going to cut your, oh, I guess better move this over so you can see it. You're going to cut your zipper off, and then say this was the end of your zipper. You just take this piece right here, stick it inside your zipper right there. See that?
Oh, and just sew
And
down
then
each
just
side.
down each side.
Okay, now one hint I'm going to give everybody, and it's one I like to do. Be sure to pull that zipper pull right into the middle before you cut it off, so you're not having to thread that zipper. And I always like to take a safety pin and just kind of pin it until I'm ready. Do you do the same?
Yeah, that's a great tip there on that one. Just this end, not so much.
Right.
Because this end is going to be closed.
Right.
That's going to be fine. But this end right here, you have to pull that in here.
Because if you've ever tried
and
to
then
thread a
cut
zipper.
your zipper off,
Yeah.
and then just take a safety pin
Yep.
and pin that closed and put that end on the end of your zipper.
Right.
And you got it made.
And then once the end's on, you're good to manipulate.
Yep.
All right,
And then
what
this
else do you have for
This
me?
is just that part. Okay, so there's that part. Now,
Okay.
have you ever tried to cover webbing?
Yes.
And
It was a disaster. Oh my word, I was so covered in glue I had to have a
Oh,
shower.
glue. Allison,
I
you and your
know.
glue.
Well, I did a bag that Sherry had me do. She's like, piece of cake, and it had 2 layers. I mean, so you had like a little piping down the side. Whoa, it was a mess. And then I was pulling it through. Wow.
Okay, I'm going to give you a couple of little tips.
Okay.
If you're webbing, depending on what size your webbing is. Now, let me just tell you, this is 1-inch webbing.
Okay.
So if you cut a piece that was 2 inches, but you got to sew it together, that's not enough. 2.5 inches is going to make it so that it's going to just be really tight. So we are going to cut our pieces to cover our webbing 2 3/4.
So we have plenty of room.
We have plenty of room to pull this through.
Because you should see the ends of my webbing when I pull it through. They're a little mangled.
So this handle is 52 inches long.
Okay, which may seem like overkill.
It does, but you think about it, you could use this bag as a regular bag to carry it like this, and these are removable. They come with all of the hardware. These are removable. Or you could take it and use it as a crossbody bag.
And isn't this hardware gorgeous?
It is. It's
Yeah.
great hardware. You
Yep.
could use this as a crossbody bag so you can make it adjustable.
Sherry wanted to point out that my webbing problem was totally a user error, and I own that. Sherry, your pattern was great. That was all me.
Yep. So what I've done here is I've got 2 pieces that are the width of the fabric by 2 3/4.
Okay.
So I'm going to have you just sew those together.
Oh, okay. This is where I love.
This is the easy part.
Yep, this is the easy. So can I do a mitered corner on this, or am I going to do a straight?
Just straight down.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yep,
So-
we don't need a miter on here.
Man, that's hard for me to do because I always like a mitered corner. It looks so pretty.
Okay.
Okay.
Now I want you to take that and I want you to spread it out and fold it in half
Okay.
and make a tube.
Okay. Right sides together?
Right sides together
Okay.
and just
Okay,
go
here's
for
where I
it.
start getting nervous because how are we going to get that in this?
You were going to do it, I promise.
Okay.
So we're going to take that and we're going to do...
Here is where that 1/4-inch seam, make sure it's a 1/4-inch seam. Don't be wonky or else you
Yeah.
get to a stopping spot and it does not work.
Well, the reason is because, okay, we're going to make this so that it's 2 inches to fit the 1 inch, or 1 inch, okay?
Right.
To make this webbing. And if you have just that little extra 1/8 to a 1/16 of an inch, it's going to make this webbing go in very, very easily.
All right. No pressure here.
Yeah. So just take that and stitch that down.
Were you nervous about doing this bag, Sandra, or were you just like, oh, piece of cake, just follow the
Well,
instructions?
Honestly, Allison, I've made a few bags in my day.
Okay, well, I've made 2. I would be very nervous.
Well, you can kind of like 10 times that one
I
at
went
least.
to International Quilt Festival, and there was a bag booth right across the aisle from us. And I looked at those bags and looked at those bags. And so I finally went over and spent my $100 and bought one. And I mean, I even spent the extra money to buy the leather with it. And I took it home, and the first thing they had me do was the handle. Oh my word, it looked so horrible. I threw it all in the dumpster. Ah, I was so sad because it was going to be this gorgeous bag and it held a water bottle and all the things. Nope, just went right in the dumpster. So I needed you sitting right next to me so that I could do it. Because you make beautiful bags.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, this
Thank
one
you.
is way, way, way easier than what I decided to do. And this little tutorial with the 2 hard parts really, really helps.
Yep. But you know, once you
Yeah, don't let my stories scare you on doing this bag, because yeah, it's just.
I think once you get making bags, you get to the point to where it's easier and easier every time.
Yeah.
That's for sure. And start simple, that's for sure. And this would definitely be one that you could start with it, because it is a simple one.
Well,
We have a couple of other bags out there on our website, and they are,
yeah,
most of them are pretty
most
simple.
of the totes, I mean, you know, I just know that Chris requires you write a good pattern, and if you just take it one, you know, eat the elephant one bite at a time.
Exactly. And don't overthink them, that's for sure. Don't overthink them, because some of them can get pretty trying.
But imagine your girlfriend's face when they're like, "Where did you get that bag?" And you're like, "Oh, I made it."
Exactly. Isn't there nothing better than the fact that, I mean, it's that way with a quilt, right?
Yes.
It is that way with anything, that you're all of a sudden like, somebody says, "So where did you get that?" And I'm like,
I just whipped that up over the weekend in my spare time.
"Oh, wait, do you have that?"
You know, time is another thing that I do feel like I have enough time to do the things that I want and love if I schedule.
That's it right there. We just
If I
have
schedule
to
and make a
time.
list. Yeah, and so I know last night my granddaughter played her last soccer game, and in my heart I was like, oh, I don't know if I want to just go sit and do it, but I got everything done I needed to get done yesterday, and I went to her soccer game, and I'm just like,
Good for
okay,
you.
you know what? Those are the things I don't get back. And so
You're
I think we
right.
need to make time for the things that we enjoy.
You're exactly
make
right.
time for the things that are important, or make time for the things that we'll never get that time back. All right, I'm almost, gosh, I feel very philosophical today.
Now,
And then there are other days that I cry my eyes out because I don't have enough time.
right. Now, obviously, on this bag, that's 2 widths of fabric. You've got 80 inches of fabric there, and our handle's only 52 inches. However, the little tabs that hold the handle are also made, and those are 5 inches apiece. So we're doing this all at once, and then we're going to cut them.
Okay.
So that worked out really nice.
All right, inspect my work.
Okay, I'm not even going to look at it. So, how am I going to turn that?
That's not very assuring, Sandra. Yeah, I'm not looking at your work.
Oh, we're not going to need to. Okay, Allison, this is wrong sides together. Now what are we going to do? We got to turn it right side out.
Oh, did you see my face? I'm like, did I do that wrong?
Nope. You
And
did
you
not
let me do that the whole time?
I would not let you do that.
Okay.
Do you know what a tube turner is?
No, I would use a safety pin.
Okay, and you could. You definitely could. I have.
Shelby's laughing because she saw my face.
Okay. I am going to use a tube turner.
What?
Look at this. I'm going to turn that over to the other side because that's a pointed end. Okay, we ready?
Oh my heck. Wow, okay, I am now sitting on the couch with my safety pin saying, maybe if I swear it will help. I am trying to get that out, I am cussing it, and then it's going in the dumpster.
But what I'm going to have you do first, though, really quick, just sew that in together.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead. I'll pull this through. I'm going to have you sew the end of that together.
Okay, this is called a tube turner, right?
Correct.
Okay, I think this is a game changer. Okay, you know why I'm glad we're doing this? I want to watch that really slowly.
Okay.
Okay, she puts her tube turner.
So I'm going to put the tube down the center of this
Okay,
all the way in
this is,
because it's so long. Now, obviously, if I had a great big huge long one, it would be a different story. But because this is as long as it is, I'm going to take that tube turner and I'm going to put that all the way in.
so far so good, we're fitting.
Okay?
Oh my gosh,
Right to
Judy
the
said
very
this
end.
is a gift from the quilting gods.
Okay,
Yes.
right to the very end.
Okay.
And then I'm going to do this.
All right, she's going to take your chopstick. She's going to pull that out. Oh my, the light has come on.
Okay,
Okay.
we're not done. We're gonna go for it.
Have you always had a tube turner, or did you do it the good old-fashioned way?
I used to do it the good old-fashioned way.
All right.
But remember, I sewed the end of that one, remember?
Yeah. Yes.
I hope I haven't lost it in there. Sometimes I lose them.
Oh, I'm scared.
Me too. I'm on
Okay.
camera. Ah, dang it. I did.
I should not have messed you up the first time.
Okay, it's right here.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do, though, just to make this short and sweet, I thought I was going to be so clever and do this all at once, and I could have. Let's do this one more time.
Okay.
Push that back in there.
Okay, while she's getting that, because it's always a little scary while you are on camera.
It is.
I want to hear a few belief statements that are coming out of that, or I want to hear any questions you guys have on this bag right now. So yeah, she's gonna get this going again, and I would really, really, really like to know what you guys are doing for Stitch Your Story this month, and what your belief statements are, or if you just want to use my belief statement. Yep. So Judy says hers have tiny, wiggly little hooks. So.
Shake it a minute.
All
and
right.
then I'm going to do
When all
this.
else fails, shake everything except babies. That's just what I'm saying.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. One more time. Sew the end of that.
Okay. I feel like she's testing my sewing skills a little. All right, they're all enthralled today.
I've got this part done.
Okay.
Okay. There we go. One more time, we're gonna put this in there. Because this is so long, that's a little bit harder to do it that way.
So just take your time, just breathe through it.
Yeah.
When all else fails, grab a safety pin and turn it the good old-fashioned way, just like putting in elastic.
All right. Now, here we go.
Okay. She's got this through. Dun, 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 dun. Magic of television. Marion says she can see swear words coming. Motto number 2.
There we go.
Right. Okay, so she's just gushing that down just a little bit. And herein is almost the magic. We're getting to the end.
We're almost to the end, aren't we?
Okay, Lila was wanting to know if we can send the link on Stitch a Story that had the themes and statements again. Absolutely. So Shelby's going to put that link up for us in here, but it's also under new releases. And if you just go to page 2, I think, then it'll come up for you. Yep, so.
You're supposed to watch me.
And so, yeah, we will get those.
My tube needs longer. I need a piece of, there we go. Look at that. See that?
Yep.
What's coming out here? Okay.
Perfect. Okay, then all you have to do is, it's just like a snake shedding its skin. This is the part where it just, okay, that was worth all of it.
Now, if you had a safety pin, you could do it that way, but how long is that going to take you?
Well, we're already on episode 3 of my new favorite story, The Way Home, on Netflix.
Oh, there you go. I haven't watched that one yet, but I've heard lots about it.
Okay, it's really good. I would suggest it. So,
Okay.
Yeah, it's a Hallmark, so it's really great. But yep, that was my quilting binge for the weekend.
Okay. Now I'm going to go back to the iron.
Okay.
All right?
All right.
We good with that?
Yep, I'm good with that. Okay, Sherry says her belief statements, there's always money for churros in Disneyland. And that one came from her dad. Oh, I love that.
Now I'm going to take my seam and put it down the middle.
Okay.
Okay? So I'm going to do this, and I'm going to take this and just press this
Okay.
all the way down.
How nice that comes out. I mean, isn't that pretty? Yes, there is always money for treats, I think.
Oh, no kidding, I agree.
Do you like churros?
I do like churros.
Does anybody not like churros? I'm
Some
kind of a
people
take it or
don't
leave
because
it
of the
gal.
cinnamon in them, but
Oh no, I like it. I like them okay, but I'm a cookie gal. Bring me a cookie every day.
now if you remember, we took the end of this and we
Yes.
sewed it together.
Yes.
And the reason I did that was because it's easier to push that through that tube.
Okay,
Okay.
but then do we cut it off?
Now we're going to cut it off.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
So that was just for ease and
But
convenience.
remember, I used 2 full widths of fabric. So, and I don't need all that. So I got plenty to give. All
Okay.
right. Now, here's my webbing. And I'm going to take it and I'm just going to push it through. Now, you could put a safety pin on the end of it, but remember, I used how much? I gave you about an 1/8 of an inch extra, didn't I?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Hey, so far so good. That's just going right through.
And we're just going to push that in there.
Okay.
And once again, you know, you got to make sure that this is straight out there like that.
This is where you sit on the couch and
Yeah.
your cat.
Now, of course,
Chases
obviously,
it.
you know, this is not going to be, you know, a minute job.
Mm-hmm.
But if you were to take that and put a pin on the end of it, you definitely could, and it would pull through. But I just wanted to show you how easy it is to go through this way too.
Nice.
So if you only had just a shorter piece, you could whip that right through there, okay?
Okay.
But because this, again, this is long, let's find us a safety pin. Do you think we have one in this drawer? I don't think so.
All right.
Anyway, that's what you're going to do. That's how you would cover
Well,
this
that is
handle.
so much easier. That webbing came out
That-
so
that's-
much
That's
easier.
going to go right in there. Just like that.
Okay.
But if I had if I would have just cut this at 2.5 inches, that would be really tight around that
Do
webbing.
you know what I
wouldn't
didn't
it?
see any of, Sandra? Glue.
No. I do not.
Why was I gluing things?
I do not glue my handles. I do not. I do a little bit. I do a little
That
bit
is a
of
swear word.
Elmer's. I don't use hot glue on my bags. Sorry, that's not happening here.
I don't really either.
So yeah, no, I knew you wouldn't. So yeah, you just pull that through there, and then all you're gonna do is you're gonna take and stitch down both sides of it
Oh,
with a
so
straight
that'll hold it
stitch.
in place.
That will hold it in place.
You know what? That's
That's
great.
right.
All
So
right.
then you've got a handle that looks like this one right here.
beautiful.
And I know it's hard to see because it's black.
Yeah.
But I did stitch down both sides of that, and it worked out great.
Perfect.
So that's the zipper, that's the handle.
That's the
now,
hardest
Allison,
part.
what about this one?
You know what? We are going to come back for thing number 3, and I am going to give you the discovery of how easily these handles, we found these leather handles that have the easiest little trick on the bottom
oh my
of them.
gosh, what it adds to
That
this
just adds
bag
the
so
class.
so well.
Yep.
Okay,
So
all
we'll
right.
see you in just a minute.
On 3 Themes Live, we brewed up some sewing magic during our Stitched and Bewitched week. It's magical.
We conjured up some pretty charming home decor, apparel, and added some enchanted finishes to our witch's hat with some simple serger sorcery.
That's a good idea.
So catch up on this and so much more by watching 3 Themes Live. If you aren't watching it live, then now is the time to discover what you're missing. Join us live every Monday through Wednesday at 1 p.m. Mountain and 3 p.m. Eastern by following the links below.
We invite you to be a part of a community that loves to create and find all the good that is out there.
It's incredible. All of you are so inspiring.
Remember that 3 Themes Live is where we always have something to make you smile,
Something to learn.
and something to discover. Let's go!
All right, well, we have this kit on our As Seen on Three Things Lives. We also will have on Comments Sold. It comes with everything you need. I mean, it comes with your hardware, which is gorgeous, and it comes with these handles that we found. And I just want to give you a really quick tutorial on how fast these handles go together.
It comes with the soft and stable that you put in here also.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
literally everything
Yeah,
you need.
Everything you need.
Yep.
The
So
thread, you need your thread, that's all.
Yep. And you will need, now to put on these handles, it comes with these, I'm gonna move this right here, because I hope you can see, and maybe if we can get a little bit close, but these are pre-punched holes in this leather.
I thought that was amazing.
Isn't that genius? So
I
these
thought,
little
yeah.
pre-punched holes that come in here, I mean, maybe if I put a little white underneath there. You can't see this, but you'll be able to see it when I do. So if you use a pearl cotton, that would work. But you know what? I just went to my sewing room and I grabbed 6 strands of embroidery floss.
Embroidery floss.
And it's the 6 strands that make this a lot stronger.
Yeah.
That you need. And so literally, I know this is a bad word, you're going to start, you have to do a little bit of handwork. But what you're gonna do is you're gonna start and you're just gonna position this on here. And here's where I would position that and then hold. So you're gonna position it where you want, and then you are going to come down through your next hole. And then you're gonna come, I wanna show you this, how easy this is right here, because you're gonna come down through your next hole, through the bag, then you're gonna come up this 3rd hole right here. So I have to, I mean, this is where you want to go back and forth. You're going to come up this 3rd hole. You're going to reinforce that by coming down your 2nd hole, right?
Yep.
Then you're going to come up. So everybody's like, will that really hold? Absolutely it will hold, because what you're doing is you're reinforcing every single stitch by coming down, up your 4th, down your 3rd.
Yep.
And then
That's
across.
very similar to any kind of hand embroidery.
Yes.
Just like a straight stitch that you're doing on a
Yep.
on a hand embroidery
And once you
project.
get that first stitch in, it will hold that. So what I really like to do is I like to just take a little chalk marker and just mark where this goes, so
a
that
great
I
idea.
know every single time I'm in the right spot and I can get these on straight.
That's a great idea,
So,
Allison. I
yeah.
like that.
So this one we did with a little bit different color, so that you can see how this comes together and looks really nice. And doesn't that make this bag just absolutely classy? Yep.
There you go. There we go.
Yep.
And it's just done. And then you look on the inside here, and you can't hardly even see that it was
No.
even done, Allison.
No.
That's awesome.
Yes.
That's
Isn't that so? So
great.
I would use a pearl cotton, but what most of us have, we don't have spools of pearl cotton laying around.
Yeah.
I would just use some embroidery.
Embroidery floss, I
floss.
think, is the
Yep.
perfect way to put that handle on it. And as I said, I think it really adds some class
Right.
to this bag.
Now, Stephanie wants to know if this could possibly be done on the machine. Absolutely. All you'd need to do is figure out your stitch length on that. So I would just put my needle in and then figure out what my stitch length is on there. But a lot of our machines aren't industrial enough to just go through
And
that.
the only other thought I have on doing it on the machine is how far down you're going to put the handle, because you've got this flap here
yeah.
on the top of your bag on the inside. So it might.
It would definitely be a little more difficult to do it on the machine than it would to
Yeah.
just hand stitch it.
Yeah, I really honestly think that it's such an easy thing that I think hand stitching it is
Yes.
is the way to do it.
And these handles that come in your kit make it so easy, because like I said, it really is like those lace by numbers that you used to do when you were a kid. Yep.
Exactly.
All right, and that is our great discover that we are sending to you in the kit, so that you can add those classy handles to that make this look really polished and professional.
It comes with as she said, the hardware, it comes with the webbing, it comes with the soft and stable that you put on the inside of the bag. You do a little quilting design on it, however you want to have it done, but it really is a quick. I was able to do this in a half a day, Allison.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, there you go. Yeah, it comes with a light brown or dark brown, or I mean, you know, there's a variety that it comes with, and so when we ordered these in, we couldn't get enough of all of one color. So I guarantee that the handle will match your bag, and it's going to look classy. But
Yeah,
it may be
either the lighter or the darker.
Yep.
Either one of them, I think, would be absolutely perfect with that bag.
Yep.
Allison.
All right. What a fun
Awesome.
day.
Thank you.
You need a nap.
Yeah, no time for a nap. I still have work to do.
All right. You need to get to
we all
work.
do.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us today. And we hope we've taken some of the fears out of handbag construction.
Yeah. A zipper
A zipper.
and covering a handle.
All right, perfect. All right, as always, if you have any questions, please email or call us, and you can find all of the items for this handbag under As Seen on 3 Things, just on our website. All right, we'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for joining
Allison.
us. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.